Hello friends, in today's section we are going to learn about quadratic equation. So first we will see all the concepts covered in this chapter. So the first concept is a quadratic polynomial, that is quadratic, it is nothing but where the variable highest power or exponent will be raised to 2. Now equation it is in the form of ax raised to 2 plus bx plus c. Here you can see a, b, c are real numbers and a should not be equal to 0. So such type of equation is called as quadratic equation. Now when we write this equation in the form of ax raised to 2 plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So here a and b are the coefficients of x raised to 2 and x, and c will be a constant term. Now any value is a solution of a quadratic equation if and only if it satisfies the quadratic equation. Now we will see the quadratic formula. You know the roots, that is alpha and beta of a quadratic equation x raised to 2 plus bx plus c is equal to 0 will be given by minus b plus or minus root d upon 2a. Or we can say that minus b plus or minus d is nothing but b raised to 2 minus 4 is ac upon 2a. Here the thing is that b raised to 2 or b square minus 4ac should be greater and equal to 0. Now what is b raised to 2 minus 4ac? b raised to 2 minus 4ac is called as discriminant, that is the value will be 0, negative or positive, and it is generally denoted by the capital letter D. Now this D helps us to determine the nature of roots for a given quadratic equation. So we can say that D is equal to b raised to 2 minus 4ac, or we can say that D has a two solution, that is either one solution or no solution. Now we will see what are the rules for the D. Now when D is equal to 0, we can say that the roots are real and equal. Now when the D is greater than 0, we can say that the two roots are real and unequal. When D is less than 0, we can say that no real root exists. Now the next one is that if a, alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation, then the quadratic equation can be said as x raised to 2 minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta is equal to 0, or we can write this formula in the other way, that is x raised to 2 minus alpha plus beta is nothing but sum of roots x plus alpha beta is nothing but the product of roots, which is equal to 0. Here you can say that sum of roots, that is alpha plus beta, will be equal to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x raised to 2, which is equal to minus b upon a. Now the product of roots, that is alpha beta, is equal to constant term upon coefficient of x raised to 2. So it will be equal to c upon a. Now we have covered all the concepts in this chapter. Now we will see how to solve the problems based on this chapter. So the 1 mark question we will see how to solve it. So our first question is, find the roots of the equation x raised to 2 minus 3x minus m into m plus 3, which is equal to 0, where m is a constant. Now we have to find the roots. Now this question has appeared in the year 2011. Now x raised to 2 minus 3x minus m into m plus 3 is equal to 0. We know d is equal to b raised to 2 minus 4ac, that is d is equal to 0, or we can say roots are equal. Now we know the value of b, a and c, so we can directly put the values. So b, it is nothing but minus 3, so minus 3 raised to 2 minus 4 into a is nothing but x square, that is x square we can say it as 1x square, so 4 into 1, and our c is minus m into m plus 3, so we can write here as minus m into m plus 3. Now minus 3 raised to 2, it is 9, plus 4 into 1, it is 4. Now again we can multiply here, so it becomes 4m into m plus 3, that is we are opening the bracket here. Now we will again open the bracket, so it becomes 4m into m, it is 4m square, plus 4m into 3, it is 12m, plus 9. Now we can say that this becomes the formula of a plus b the whole square. So we can write it as 2m plus 3 whole raised to 2. Now we have to find the x. So our formula you know, minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So we can directly put the values over here. So my b is minus 3. So minus into minus 3 plus minus. Again now we have directly got the value of b square minus 4ac. So we can directly write the value. So 2m plus 3 raised to 2 upon 2 into a, that is 1. So 2 into 1. Now minus 3 it becomes plus 3 plus minus. Now root and square it get cancelled. So it becomes 2m plus 3 upon 2 into 1 it becomes 2. Now we can separate it because plus and minus both signs are there. So we will separate it. So it becomes 3 plus 2m plus 3 upon 2, or we can say that 3 minus 2m minus 3 upon 2. Now when we solve here, 3 plus 3 it gets 6, 6 plus 2m upon 2, or we can say that minus 2m upon 2. Now again we can solve, we can see that we can take common as 2. So we will take common as 2. So 2 into, it remains 3 plus m upon 2. Here it remains as it is, so minus 2m upon 2. So we can say that our value of x will be 2 into 2 it get cancelled. So what remains? M plus 3, or minus 2, 2 it get cancelled, to what remains? Minus m. So our value of x is equal to m plus 3 or m or minus m. Now our next question is, if 1 is a root of the equation ay square plus ay plus 3 which is equal to 0, and y raised to 2 plus y plus b is equal to 0, then we have to find the value of a and b. Now this question has appeared in the year 2012. First we will solve the first equation, that is ay raised to 2 plus ay plus 3 is equal to 0. Now it is said that 1 is the root of equation, that means we already know the value of y. So directly we can put the value of y here. So our value of y is 1. So it becomes a into 1 raised to 2 plus a into 1 plus 3 which is equal to 0. Now a 1 raised to 1 it becomes a plus a into 1 it becomes a plus 3 which is equal to 0. A plus a it gives 2a is equal to, when we take plus 3 on the other side it becomes minus 3. Therefore when we take 2 on the other side it divides. So a is equal to minus 3 upon 2. Now we will solve the second equation. Our second equation is y raised to 2 plus y plus b is equal to 0. Here also the value of y is 1. So we can put the value over here. So 1 raised to 2 plus 1 plus b is equal to 0. 1 raised to 2 it gives 1 plus 1 it gives 2. 2 plus b is equal to 0. Therefore when we take 2 on the other side it becomes minus 2. So b is equal to minus 2. Now our alpha beta we have to find, the a and b we have to find the value. So a and b is equal to, we already got the value of a and b. So we can write here minus 3 upon 2 into minus 2. So 2 it get cancelled. So minus remains. So minus minus it becomes plus. So our value of AB is 3. Now the next question is, if x is equal to minus 1 upon 2 and it is a solution of the quadratic equation, that is 3x raised to 2 plus 2kx minus 3 which is equal to 0. Now we have to find the value of k over here. So this question has appeared in the year 2015. Now we already got the value, that is it is given in the question of x. So now we can directly put the value of x in the equation. So we will put it. So it becomes 3 into minus 1 upon 2 raised to 2 plus 2k into minus 1 upon 2 minus 3 which is equal to 0. Now minus 1 raised to 2 it gives 1 upon 4. When we multiply it by 3 it gives 3 upon 4 minus our 2 over it get cancelled. So it remains plus k into minus 1 it gives minus k minus 3 is equal to 0. Now we can arrange it. So when we arrange it, it becomes minus k plus 3 upon 4 minus 3 we can write it in this way, that is 3 upon 1 which is equal to 0. Now what we can do, we can cross multiply here. So minus k plus 3 into 1 3 minus 4 into 3 it gives 12 upon 4 into 1 it gives 4 which is equal to 0. So when we solve it, minus k our plus minus, it becomes minus. So 3 minus 12, it gives 9 upon 4, which is equal to 0. Minus k is equal to, when we take minus 9 upon 4 on the other side, it becomes plus 9 upon 4. Therefore, we can say that when we take this minus k sign on the other side, it becomes k is equal to minus 9 upon 4. Now, our next question is, if the quadratic equation px raised to 2 minus 2 root 5 px plus 15 is equal to 0 has two equal roots, then find the value of p. Now, this question has appeared in the year 2015. Here it is said that this equation has two equal roots and we have to find the value of p. Now, we can say that our a will be equal to p, our b it will be equal to minus 2 root 5 and our c will be equal to 15. Now, it is already said in the question that roots are equal, that means d is equal to 0 and our d is equal to b square raised to 2 minus 4ac, which is equal to 0. Now, so we can put the value of b, a and c over here. So, it becomes d, that is it is equal to 0. So, 0 equal to b, it is minus 2 root 5 p whole raised to 2 minus 4, our a is p, so 4 into p into c is 15. So, into 15. Now, we can solve it. So, minus 2 raised to 2, it gives 4 into root 5 into root 5, it gives 5, p into p, it gives p raised to 2 minus 4 into 15, it gives 60p. Now, again we can solve it. So, 4 into 5p raised to 2, it becomes 20p raised to 2 minus 60p. So, we can, when we take 60p or minus 60p on the other side, it becomes plus 60p. So, we can say that 20p raised to 2 is equal to 60p. So, here we can take p as common. So, it becomes p is equal to 60p upon 20p, that is p is equal to 3. Now, we will see how to solve 2 mark questions. So, our first question is, find the roots of 4x raised to 2 plus 3x plus 5, which is equal to 0 by the method of completing this square. So, this question has appeared in the year 2011. Here you can see that 4x raised to 2 plus 3x plus 5 is equal to 0. Now, it is said that we have to use the method of completing the square. So, we will square it. So, it becomes 2x raised to 2 plus, that is our a plus b the whole square formula we can apply here. So, it becomes 2x raised to 2 plus 2 into 2x into 3 upon 4 plus 3 upon 4 whole raised to 2 minus 3 upon 4 whole raised to 2 plus 5, which is equal to 0. So, again here it becomes a formula of a raised to 2 minus b raised to 2. So, the square bracket, it means it is nothing but a plus b the whole square. So, it means 2x plus 3 upon 4 whole raised to 2 minus 3 raised to 2, 4 raised to 2, it gives minus 9 upon 16 plus 5, which is equal to 0. Again 2x plus 3 upon 4 raised to 2 equal to, when we take 9 by 16 on the other side and we can take plus 5 on the other side. So, it becomes 9 upon 16 plus 5, it becomes minus 5. So, our minus 9 upon 16, it becomes plus 9 upon 16. So, 2x plus 3 upon 4 whole raised to 2, when we cross multiply it, it gives minus 71 upon 16. And you can see that minus 71 upon 16 is less than 0. So, we can say that 2x plus 3 upon 4 whole raised to 2 cannot be negative for any real value of x. Our next question is, solve for x, that is we have to find the value of x here, and our equation is 36 raised to 2 minus 12ax plus a raised to 2 minus b raised to 2 is equal to 0. Now, this question has appeared in the year 2011. Now, 3x, we will again write the equation here. So, 36 raised to 2 minus 12ax plus a raised to 2 minus b raised to 2 is equal to 0. So, here we can take a raised to 2 on this side. So, it becomes 36x raised to 2 minus 12ax plus a raised to 2 minus b raised to 2, which is equal to 0. Now, here also we can apply the formula of a plus b the whole square. So, it becomes 6x raised to 2 minus 2 into 6x into a plus a raised to 2, and again the same minus b raised to 2, which is equal to 0. So a plus the bracket, we can say that it is a plus b the whole square. So we can say that 6x minus a whole raised to 2 minus b raised to 2, which is equal to 0. Now this equation is in the form of a raised to 2 minus b raised to 2, which is nothing but a plus b, a minus b. So we can write here it as 6x minus a plus b into 6x minus a minus b, which is equal to 0. Now we can separate this both the brackets with 0. So it becomes 6x minus a plus b, which is equal to 0, or 6x minus a minus b, which is equal to 0. Now we will take minus a plus b on the other side. So it becomes 6x is equal to a minus b. That is minus a, it becomes a, plus b, it becomes minus b. Here also we will take a b on the other side. So it becomes 6x is equal to minus a, it becomes plus a, minus b, it becomes plus b. So we can say that our x value will be, when we take 6 on the other side, it divides. So a minus b upon 6, or we can say that x is equal to, here also we can take 6 on the other side. So it becomes divide. So x is equal to a plus b upon 6. Now our next question is, solve the following quadratic equation for x. Here also we have to find the value of x. So 4 root 3 x raised to 2 plus 5x minus 2 root 3 equal to 0. Now this question has appeared in the year 2013. Now we will solve it. First we can split the middle term. So it becomes 4 root 3 x raised to 2 plus 8x minus 3x minus 2 root 3, which is equal to 0. Here we can take 4x as common. So 4x into what remains? 2 root 3x plus 2 minus, here we can take root 3 as common. So it becomes root 3 into root 3x plus 2, which is equal to 0. Now we can put this into bracket. It becomes root 3x plus 2 into 4x minus root 3, which is equal to 0. Now we can separate these brackets with 0. So it becomes root 3x plus 2, it is equal to 0, or we can say that 4x minus root 3 is equal to 0. Now when we take plus 2 on the other side, it becomes minus 2. So root 3x is equal to minus 2. So therefore we can say that x is equal to, when we take root 3 on the other side, it divides. So minus 2 upon root 3. Here when we take minus root 3 on the other side, it becomes plus root 3. So 4x is equal to root 3. So when we take 4 again on the other side, it becomes divide. So x is equal to root 3 upon 4. Now our next question is, if x is equal to 2 upon 3 and x is equal to minus 3 are the roots of the quadratic equation ax raised to 2 plus 7x plus b, which is equal to 0. Now we have to find the value of a and b. Now this question has appeared in the year 2016. Here you know a, it is equal to a, b, it is equal to 7, a, it is not equal, the value of a is equal to a from the equation. Now b is equal to 7 and c is equal to b. Now two values of x are given here. So we can write it as alpha and beta. So our alpha will be equal to 2 upon 3 and beta will be equal to minus 3. It is already given in the question. Now when we sum it, that is sum of root, it is equal to minus b upon a, and our sum of root is nothing but alpha plus beta, which is equal to b value, you know, it is 7. So minus 7 upon a value, it is a. Now alpha plus beta, you can put the value over here also. So 2 upon 3 plus minus 3, which is equal to minus 7 upon a. Now when we cross multiply it, it gives 2 into 1 2 minus 3 into minus 3, it gives minus 9 upon 3, which is equal to minus 7 upon a. So when we solve it, 2 minus 9, it gives minus 7 upon 3, which is equal to minus 7 upon a. Again when we cross multiply here, our 7 get cancelled. So our a value is equal to 3 and we will give it as equation 1. Now we will take product of roots. Product of root is equal to c upon a Product of root is nothing but alpha into beta, which is equal to C value it is B upon A value it is A. Now alpha into beta, we can put the value over here. So it becomes 2 upon 3 into minus 3, which is equal to B upon A. Our 3 minus 3 get cancelled. So minus remains. So it becomes minus 2 is equal to B upon, and again the equation 1 we have got the value of A. So we can put the value of A here. So it becomes 3. So B upon 3. So we can say that when we take minus 2 on the other side, it multiplies, so it becomes B is equal to minus 6. Now the next question is, find the value of P for which one root of the quadratic equation, that is Px raised to 2 minus 14x plus 8 is equal to 0. Here you know the value of A, B and C. So A is equal to P, B is equal to minus 14 and C is equal to 8. Now we can say that it is said that the equation, that is Px raised to 2 minus 14x plus 8 is equal to 0, which is 6 times the other. That means our alpha, that is the first root, it is 6 times the other, that is our second root will be 6a. So when we sum it, that is sum of root, it is alpha plus 6 alpha, which is equal to minus b upon a. Alpha plus 6 alpha, it is 7 alpha, equal to our b value is minus 14. So minus into minus 14 upon a value, it is p. Now when we solve it, we can take 7 on the other side, it divides. So alpha is equal to minus 14, it becomes plus 14 upon 7p. So our alpha is equal to 2 upon p, we can put it as equation 1. Now when we product it, that is product of roots, it is alpha into 6 alpha, which is equal to C upon A. So alpha into 6 alpha, it gives 6 alpha raised to 2 equal to C, it is 8 upon A we have got as P. So we will write it 8 upon P. Now alpha we have got the value from equation 1, so we can put over here. So it becomes 6 into 2 upon P whole raised to 2 equal to 8 upon P. Now we will solve this bracket. So 2 raised to 2, it gives 4. 4 into 6, it gives 24. So 24 upon P raised to 2, it becomes P raised to 2 equal to 8 upon P. So we can cross multiply it. So 8 into P raised to 2 equal to 24 into P, that is 24P. Now when we take 24p on the other side, it becomes minus 24p. So 8p raised to 2 minus 24p is equal to 0. Here we can take 8p as common. So 8p into what remains? P minus 3, which is equal to 0. So we can say that 8p is equal to 0 or p minus 3 is equal to 0. So p it becomes 0. Here minus 3 it becomes plus 3. So p is equal to 3. And it is said that p cannot be equal to 0 because coefficient of x raised to 2 cannot be equal to 0. So we will take the value of p as 3. Now our next question is, if minus 5 is a root of the quadratic equation 2x raised to 2 plus px minus 15, which is equal to 0, and the quadratic equation p into x raised to 2 plus x plus k is equal to 0 has equal roots. Find the value of k. Now this question has appeared in the year 2016. Now our equation, that is 2x raised to 2 plus px minus 15 is equal to 0, and in the question it is said that minus 5 is a root of this equation. So we can say that our x value is equal to minus 5. So we will put the value of minus 5 over here. So it becomes 2 into minus 5 raised to 2 plus p into minus 5 minus 15, it is equal to 0. Now minus 5 raised to 2, it becomes 25. So 2 into 25, our plus minus 5, it becomes minus 5. So minus 5p minus 15, which is equal to 0. So 2 into 25, it gives 50 minus 15. Now we will take minus 5p on the other side, it becomes plus 5p. Now 50 minus 15 is equal to 35, which is equal to 5p. So when we take 5 on the other side, it divides. So 35 upon 5 is equal to 7. Therefore we have got the value of p as 7. Now what we will do, we will put the value of p in the other second equation, that is p into x raised to 2 plus x plus k which is equal to 0. So we'll put the value of p over here. So it becomes px raised to 2. First we will open the bracket. So px raised to 2 plus px plus k is equal to 0. Now we will put the value of p. So 7x raised to 2 plus 7x plus k is equal to 0. That is from our equation 1. Now we can take the value of a, b and c. So our a is equal to 7, b is equal to 7 and c is equal to k. Now we already know d is equal to 0 because it is said that equation has equal roots. So our d is equal to b raised to 2 minus 4ac. We can say that b raised to 2 minus 4ac is equal to 0. Now we will put the value of b, a and c over here. So it becomes 7 raised to 2 minus 4 into 7 into k which is equal to 0. So 7 raised to 2 it becomes 49 minus 4 into 7 it gives 24 k which is equal to 0. Now when we take 28k on the other side it becomes plus 28k. So 49 is equal to 28k. Now we can divide it. So when we take 28k on the other side divide, so it becomes k is equal to 49 upon 28 which is equal to k is equal to 7 upon 4. Now our next question is, that is our 3-mark question. So the first question is, for what value of k are the roots of the quadratic equation k minus 12 x raised to 2 plus 2 into k minus 12 x plus 2 is equal to 0 are equal? Now this question has appeared in the year 2013. So our equation, that is k minus 12 x raised to 2 plus 2 into k minus 12x plus 2 is equal to 0, and you know the equation, that is equations have equal root, that is d will be equal to 0 and our d is nothing but b raised to 2 minus 4ac. We can say that it is also equal to 0. So you know the value of a, b and c from the equation. So our a is equal to k minus 12, b is equal to 2 into k minus 12 and c is equal to 2. Now we will put the values over here. So it becomes 2 into k minus 12 whole raised to 2 minus 4 into k minus 12 into 2 which is equal to 0. Now we will solve the bracket first over here. So 2 raised to 2 gives 4 and k minus 12 it will whole raised to 2 minus 4 into k minus 12 into 2 which is equal to 0. Now here we can take k minus 12 as common. So k minus 12 into what remains over here? 4 into k minus 12 minus 4 into 2 which is equal to 0. Now again we can solve here. So k minus 12 into, again we will take 4 as common here. So it becomes 4 into k minus 12 minus 2 which is equal to 0. So we can write it as 4 into k minus 12, and when we solve this bracket it becomes minus 12 minus 2 it gives minus 14. So k minus 14 is equal to 0. When we take 4 on the other side it becomes 0. So what remains? K minus 12 into k minus 14 is equal to 0. So we can separate it with 0. So it becomes k minus 12 is equal to 0. K minus 14 is also equal to 0. So when we take minus 12 on the other side it becomes plus 12. So our value of k over here is k is equal to 12. When we take minus 14 on the other side it becomes plus 14. So here also our k value is equal to 14. But we can say that k cannot be equal to 12 because in the given equation it is said that 2 is equal to 0, which is not true. So we can say that k will be equal to 14. Now our next question is, find that non-zero value of k for which the quadratic equation kx raised to 2 plus 1 minus 2 into k minus 1x plus x raised to 2 is equal to 0 has equal roots. Hence find the roots of the equation. Now this question has appeared in the year 2015. Here it is said that the k value should not be equal to 0 and this equation has an equal root and we have to find the roots over here. So we will first solve it. So kx raised to 2 plus, we will arrange it first. So that's why we are taking plus x raised to 2 together. So kx raised to 2 plus x raised to 2 minus 2 into k minus 1 into x plus 1 is equal to 0. So when we take here x raised to 2 as common, so what remains? K plus 1 x raised to 2 minus 2 into k minus 1x plus 1 is equal to 0. We can take it as equation 1. Here you can take the values of a, b and c from the equation. So our a will be equal to k plus 1, b will be equal to minus 2 into k minus 1 and c is equal to 1. It is said that equation has an equal root, so that means d is equal to 0. Our d is b raised to 2 minus 4ac, it is also equal to 0. Now we can put the values over here. So b raised to 2 is minus 2 into k minus 1 whole raised to 2 minus 4 into a is k plus 1 into c is 1. So into 1, which is equal to 0. Now we can solve this. So minus 2 raised to 2 it becomes 4 and k minus 1 raised to 2 minus 4 into 1 it gives 4. So 4 into k plus 1 is equal to 0. Now k minus 1 raised to 2, it is the formula of a minus b the whole square. So we can put the formula over here. So it becomes 4 into k raised to 2 minus 2k plus 1. Again here we can solve the bracket over here. So it becomes minus 4 into k, it gives minus 4k. Minus 4 into 1 it gives minus 4, which is equal to 0. Now here we can multiply 4 with the bracket. So it becomes 4k raised to 2 minus 4 into minus 2k it gives minus 8k. 4 into 1 it gives plus 4 minus 4k minus 4, which is equal to 0. We can solve it. So it becomes 4k raised to 2 minus k minus 8k minus 4k it gives minus 12k plus 4 minus 4 it becomes 0. So it is equal to 0. Now here we can take 4k as common. So it becomes 4k into what remains k minus 3, which is equal to 0. Now we can say that 4k is equal to 0 or k minus 3 is equal to 0. Now 4 when we take on the other side it divides with 0, which becomes 0. So our value of k here is 0. And on the other side when we take minus 3 on the other side it becomes plus 3. Now k is equal to 0. Now we have got two values of k, one is 0 and one is 3. In the question it is said that non-zero, the value of k should be non-zero. So we can't take k as equal to 0. So we will take only k is equal to 3. Now we will put the value of k, that is 3, in equation 1. So we get it as 4x raised to 2 minus 4x plus 1, which is equal to 0. Now we can split the middle term. So it becomes 4x raised to 2 minus 2x plus 1, which is equal to 0. Here we can take 2x as common. So it becomes 2x into 2x minus 1 minus, here we can take 1 as common. So 1 into 2x minus 1, which is equal to 0. So we can put this into bracket. It becomes 2x minus 1 and 2x minus 1 also we can put it in bracket. So it becomes 2x minus 1, which is equal to 0. Now we can separate it with 0. So it becomes 2x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. When we take minus 1 on the other side it becomes plus 1 and 2 when we take on the other side it divides. So our value of x is equal to 1 upon 2. Here also same, minus 1 it becomes plus 1 on the other side and 2 it divides. So our value of x here also becomes 1 upon 2. So what are the two roots over here? The two roots are 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 2. Now we'll see the next question. Find the value of p for which the quadratic equation p plus 1x raised to 2 minus 6 into p plus 1x plus 3 into p plus 1 is equal to 0 and p should not be equal to minus 1 and had equal roots. Now this question has appeared in the year 2015. Now you know this quadratic equation has equal roots, that means d is equal to 0. So we can put it means d is equal to b raised to 2 minus 4ac. Now we can put the value of a, b and c from the equation. So a is equal to p plus 1, b is equal to minus 6 into p plus 1 and c is equal to 3 into p plus 9. So we'll put the values of a, b and c over here. So it becomes minus 6 into p plus 1 whole raised to 2 minus 4 into a is p plus 1 into our c is 3 into p plus 9 equal to 0. Now we can solve this. So minus 6 raised to 2 it becomes 36 into p plus 1 whole raised to 2 minus 4 into 3 it gives 12. So 12 into p plus 1 into p plus 9 equal to 0. Now we can take 12 into p plus 1 as common. So 12 into p plus 1 into what remains? 3 into p plus 1 minus p minus 9, which is equal to 0. So 12 into p plus 1 is equal to, now we will again open this bracket by multiplying it by 3. So 3p plus 3 into 1 3 minus p minus 9, which is equal to 0. So 12p into p plus 1 is into, now here 3p minus p it gives 2p plus 3 minus 9 it gives minus 6. So 2p minus 6 is equal to 0. So when we take 12 on the other side and it divides with 0, it gives 0. So what remains? P plus 1 into 2p minus 6 is equal to 0. Now we can separate it with 0. So it becomes p plus 1 equal to 0 or 2p minus 6 is equal to 0. Now when we take plus 1 on the other side, it becomes minus 1. So p is equal to minus 1. And on the other side, when we take minus 6 on the other side, it becomes plus 6. So 2p is equal to 6. Now the value of p becomes, when we take 2 on the other side, it becomes divide. So p is equal to 6 upon 2. Therefore p is equal to 3. Now there are two values of p, that is p is equal to minus 1 and p is equal to 3. But we are rejecting the value of p as minus 1 because in the question it is said that p should not be equal to minus 1. So our value of p will only be 3. So p will be equal to 3. Now the next question is, find the roots of the quadratic equation a minus b x raised to 2 plus b minus c x plus c minus a, which is equal to 0. Now the equation are equal. Now we have to prove that 2a is equal to b plus c. Now this question has appeared in the year 2016. Now it is already said that the equation are equal. That means our d is equal to 0. So our d is b raised to 2 minus 4ac, which is equal to 0, or we can say which is equal to d. Now we can put the value of b, a and c from the equation. So our value of a is a minus b, value of b is b minus c, and value of c is c minus a. Now we will put all the values over here. So it becomes b minus c whole raised to 2 minus 4 into our a value is a minus b into our c value is c minus a equal to 0. Now b minus c whole raised to 2, it becomes the formula of a minus b the whole square. So we can put the formula here also. It becomes b raised to 2 plus c raised to 2 minus 2bc. Now we can open the bracket by multiplying the brackets. So it becomes minus 4 into a into c, ac, a into minus a, it becomes minus a raised to 2, minus b into c, it becomes minus bc, plus minus b into minus a, it gives plus ab, which is equal to 0. Again we can solve here. It becomes b raised to 2 plus c raised to 2 minus 2bc. Again we have to multiply 4 with the bracket. It becomes minus 4 into ac plus minus 4 into minus a raised to 2, it gives plus 4a raised to 2, minus 4 into minus bc, it gives plus 4bc, minus 4 into ab, it gives minus 4ab. So is equal to 0. Now again we will solve it. What we will do, we will take all the power with 2 together. So it becomes 4a raised to 2 plus b raised to 2 plus c raised to 2 minus the remaining we can write over here. So it becomes minus 4ab and our plus 2bc, and that is 2bc. How you got it? Minus 2bc plus 4bc is equal to plus 2bc, and what remains? Minus 4ac, which is equal to 0. Now we can see over here that it becomes the formula of x raised to 2 plus y raised to 2 plus z raised to 2 plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx, which is equal to x plus y plus z the whole square. So we can put the formula here also. It becomes minus 2 into a raised to 2 plus b raised to 2 plus c raised to 2 plus 2 into minus 2a into b plus 2 into b into c plus 2 into c into minus 2a, which is equal to 0. So it becomes the formula of x plus y plus z the whole square, that is minus 2a plus b plus c the whole square, which is equal to 0. Now we have to take the square root on both sides, so it becomes minus 2a plus b plus c, which is equal to 0. Now we will take minus 2a on the other side, so it becomes b plus c, which is equal to 2a, that is we can say that 2a is equal to b plus c. So we have proved our equation. Now our next question is, solve the equation 4 upon x minus 3, which is equal to 5 upon 2x plus 3, and here x should not be equal to 0, and our or we can say that x should not be equal to 0 as well as minus 3 upon 2 for x. Now this question has appeared in the year 2014. Now we have to find the value of x over here, and it is said that the value of x should not be equal to 0 and minus 3 upon 2. So we will solve it. First what we will do, we will cross multiply our left hand side, so it becomes 4 into 1 4 minus 3 into x 3x upon 6 into 1 x equal to 5 upon 2x plus 3. Again we can cross multiply over here, so it becomes 5 into x 5x equal to 4 minus 3x into 2x plus 3, or we can write it in the form of 2x plus 3 into 4 minus 3x. Now first we will open the bracket by multiplying it, so it becomes 5x is equal to 2x into 4, it gives 8x, 2x into minus 3x, it gives minus 6x raised to 2, plus 3 into 4 12, plus 3 into minus 3x, it gives minus 9x. Now we will take all the equations terms on the one side and we will give it as 0. So 5x minus 8x, that is our plus 8x becomes minus 8x when it goes on the other side. Similarly for minus x raised to 2, it becomes plus x raised to 2, plus 12 it becomes minus 12, minus 9 it becomes plus 9x. Now nothing remains, it is equal to 0. Now we will arrange it. So our 6x raised to 2 5x minus 8x, it gives plus 6x, 5x minus 8x plus 9x, it gives plus 6x minus 12, which is equal to 0. Now we can divide entire equation with 6. So what remains? 6x raised to 2 plus 6 minus 2, which is equal to 0. Now we can split the middle term, so it becomes x raised to 2 plus 2x minus x minus 2, which is equal to 0. We will take x as common, so it becomes x into what remains x plus 2 minus, here we will take 1 as common, so 1 into what remains x plus 2, which is equal to 0. Now we will put it in bracket, so it becomes x plus 2 common, so only one time we will write it, so x plus 2. Now x minus 1 it on the other bracket, which is equal to 0. Now we will separate it, so it becomes x plus 2 is equal to 0 and x minus 1 is equal to 0. So plus 2 it becomes minus 2, so our x is equal to minus 2, and minus 1 it becomes plus 1, so x is equal to 1. Now our next question is, 3 consecutive natural numbers are such that the square of the middle number exceeds the difference of the squares of the other two by 60. Find the numbers. Now this question has appeared in the year 2016. So first what we will do, we will take 3 consecutive natural numbers as x, x plus 1, x plus 2. These are the 3 consecutive natural numbers. In the question it is said that when the middle term is squared, that is x plus 1 whole raised to 2, it exceeds the difference of the square of other two numbers. So our other two numbers are x and x plus 2. So when the difference it exceeds, so we will write it as minus into x plus 2 whole raised to 2 minus x raised to 2, that is the other two terms are squared here, and it will be equal to what? 60. It is given in the question. Now first we will open the bracket. Now we have formed the equation. Now we have to solve it. So first we will open the bracket. X plus 1 whole raised to 2, it is in the form of a plus b the whole square. So we can make the formula here also. So it becomes x raised to 2 plus 2x plus 1 minus, now we will open the bracket here. So here also we can see x plus 2 whole raised to 2, it is in the form of a plus b the whole square. Here also we can apply that formula, so it becomes x raised to 2 plus 4x plus 4 minus x raised to 2, which is equal to 0. Now we will open the bracket, so it becomes x raised to 2 plus 2x plus 1. Here it becomes, we will open the bracket by changing the sign. So our x plus x square, it becomes minus x square, plus 4x it becomes minus 4x, plus 4 it becomes minus 4, minus x square it becomes plus x square. Now we will arrange it. Our x square minus x square plus x square, it gives x square plus 2x plus 1 minus 4x minus 4 is minus 60 is equal to 0. Now x raised to 2, now 2x minus 4x, it gives minus 2x plus 1 minus 4 minus 60, it gives minus 63, which is equal to 0. Now we can split the middle term here, so it becomes x raised to 2 minus 9x plus 7x minus 63, which is equal to 0. Now we can take x as common, so x into what remains, x minus 9 plus, here we can take 7 as common, so it becomes 7 into what remains, x minus 9, which is equal to 0. Now again we can put it in bracket, so it becomes x minus 9 into x plus 7, which is equal to 0. So we can say that x minus 9 is equal to 0 or x plus 7 is equal to 0. Now our minus sign, 9 it becomes plus 9. So our value of x is equal to 9. Here our plus 7 becomes minus 7. So x is equal to minus 7. You already know the natural numbers are always positive. It cannot be negative. So our value of x is equal to minus 7, we cannot take it. So we are rejecting it. So our value of x will be only 9. So x is equal to 9. And in question it is said that 3 consecutive natural numbers. So our 3 natural numbers are 9, 10, 11. Now our next question is, if the sum of two natural number is 8 and their product is 15, find the numbers. Now we will take the numbers as x and the second number we will take as 8 minus x. Now in the question it is said that the sum of two natural number is 8 and the product is 15. That is product, that is will multiply the two numbers. So our two numbers are x and x, 8 minus x, so we will multiply it. So it becomes x into 8 minus x, which is equal to 15. Now we can open the bracket over here. So it becomes 8x minus x into x, x raised to 2, which is equal to 15. Now we will take all the equations on the one side. So 0 is equal to minus x raised to 2, it becomes plus x raised to 2 when it goes on the other side. Similarly our plus 8x, it becomes minus 8x plus 15. Now here also we can split the middle term. It becomes x raised to 2 minus 5x minus 3x plus 15 is equal to 0. Now we can take x as common over here. So it becomes x into x minus 5 minus 3 into x minus 5, which is equal to 0, which means x minus 5 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. So we can say that x minus 5 is equal to 0 or x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now our minus 5, it becomes plus 5, so x is equal to 5, and our minus 3, it becomes plus 3, so x is equal to 3. Now we have got the two values of x, so we can take both the values. So when we take x as 5, so our numbers will be 5 and 3. When we take x as 3, so our numbers will become 3 and 5. That is, when we sum it, it becomes 5 plus 3, 8. When we multiply it, it becomes 5 into 3, 15. Similarly, the second one, 3 and 5 we can take. When we plus it, it becomes 8. When we multiply it, it gives 15. Now we will see how to solve 4-mark question. So our first question is, find x in terms of a, b and c. Now our equation is a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus b, which is equal to 2c upon x minus c. And it is said that our x value should not be equal to a, b and c. And we have to find the value of x here. Now this question has appeared in the year 2016. So what we will do, first we will cross multiply our left hand side. So it becomes a into x minus b plus b into x minus a upon x minus a into x minus b. which is equal to 2c upon x minus c. Now we will again cross multiply it, but before that we have to open the bracket of the numerator. Together we will multiply, we will also do the cross multiplication. So x minus c into a into x, ax, a into minus b, that is minus ab, plus b into x, it becomes bx, plus b into minus a, it gives minus ab, which is equal to, here also we have to cross multiply. So 2c into x minus a into x minus b. So we can solve it. So x minus c into a, we will take x together, so it becomes ax plus bx, minus ab, it gives minus 2ab, equal to, we will open the bracket on our right hand side, so it becomes 2c into x, x raised to 2, x into b, that is minus bx, minus a into x, it becomes minus ax, minus a into minus b, it gives plus ab. Here what we will do, we will again open the bracket of our left hand side, so it becomes x into ax, that is ax raised to 2, x into bx, it becomes plus bx raised to 2, x into minus 2ab, it gives minus 2abx. Similarly we have to multiply with c also, so minus c into ax, it gives minus acx, minus c into bx, it gives minus bcx, minus c into minus 2ab, it gives plus 2abc. Now on the left hand side, on the right hand side we have to solve, so equal to, here we have to multiply with 2c with the bracket, so it gives 2c into x raised to 2, it is 2cx raised to 2, 2c into minus bx, it gives minus 2bcx, 2c into minus ax, it gives minus 2cax, 2c into ab, it gives plus 2abc. Again we can solve here. So what we will do, we will take all the right hand side equation on the left hand side. So we can write it as ax raised to 2 plus bx raised to 2 minus 2abx minus acx minus bcx. Now we are taking all the equations on the our left hand side. So plus 2abc, when we take on the other side it becomes minus 2abc. So our plus 2abc minus 2abc, it becomes 0, that's why we are not writing over here. So the other equations of right hand side are 2cx raised to 2, it becomes minus 2cx raised to 2, minus 2bcx, it becomes plus 2bcx, minus 2cx becomes plus 2cx, which is equal to 0. Now we will arrange all the variables with power 2 together. So it becomes ax raised to 2 plus bx raised to 2 minus 2cx raised to 2 minus 2abx plus bcx plus cax, that is our minus bcx plus 2bcx, it gives bcx, and our minus acx plus 2cax, it gives plus cx, which is equal to 0. Now we can take x raised to 2 as common, so it becomes x raised to 2 into a plus b minus 2c. Here also we can take x as common, so plus x into what remains, minus 2ab plus bc plus ca, which is equal to 0. Again we can take x as common, so x, what remains, into x into a plus b minus 2c, plus here it remains minus 2ab plus bc plus ca, which is equal to 0. Now we can say that x is equal to 0, or x into a plus b minus 2c is equal to, we will take all the equations of this bracket on the other side, so all the sign also changes, so minus 2ab it becomes 2ab, plus bc it becomes minus bc, plus ca it becomes minus ca, which is equal to 0. So we can write x is equal to 0, and the other equation we can write it as x is equal to, when we take a plus b minus 2c on the other side, it divides, so it becomes 2ab minus bc minus cd upon a plus b minus 2c. So our x value we have got here. Now our next question is, a shopkeeper buys some books for rupees 80. If he had bought 4 more books from the same amount, each book would have cost rupees 1 less. Find the number of books he bought. Now this question has appeared in the year 2012. A shopkeeper buys some book, that is the number of books we don't know, but the amount it is 80. Now what he did, he again bought 4 more books, but this time each book he got rupees 1 less. So what we will do, we will take number of books as x. So let the number of books he bought is equal to x. Now he had bought 4 more books, so it becomes x plus 4. So we can write it as increased number of books he had bought is equal to x plus 4. Now the total amount he paid, it is rupees 80. So according to the question, what it is said that when he bought 4 more books, he got each with rupees 1 less. So we can write it as 80 upon x minus 80 upon x plus 4, which is equal to 1. Now that is total amount upon number of books. This is the equation. Now we can solve this equation. First we will cross multiply it. So 80 into x plus 4 minus 80 into x, that is 80x, upon x into x plus 4. It is equal to 1, that is each book cost is less 1. So we are writing it as equal to 1. Now we will solve the bracket. So 80 into x, it gives 80x, plus 80 into 4, it gives 320, minus 80x. Now we can take x into x plus 4 on the other side. So it becomes equal to x into x plus 4. Again we can solve it. So what we are doing, we are 80x minus 80x, it becomes 0. So we can write here as x into x plus 4 is equal to 320. Now here we can open the bracket. So it becomes x into x, x raised to 2, x into 4 plus 4x. We take 320 on the other side, it gives minus 320 equal to 0. Now here also we can split the middle term. So when we are splitting the middle term, it becomes x raised to 2 plus 20x minus 16x minus 320, which is equal to 0. Here we can take xx common. So it becomes x into x plus 20 minus, we can take 16 here as common. So it becomes 60 into x plus 20 equal to 0. Now we can write it as x plus 20 into x minus 16 equal to 0. So when we can separate it, so x plus 20 is equal to 0 or x minus 16 is equal to 0. When we take plus 20 on the other side, it becomes minus 20. So x is equal to minus 20. Here when we take minus 16 on the other side, it becomes plus 16. So our value of x is equal to 16. You know the number of books, it cannot be negative form. So our value of x is equal to minus 20. We cannot take it. So we are rejecting it. So our second value of x is equal to 16. So our number of books, we can say it is equal to 16. The next question. The diagonal of a rectangular field is 16 meters more than the shorter side. If the longer side is 14 meters more than the shorter side, then find the length of the sides of the field. Now this question has appeared in the year 2015. So what we will do, first we will take the shorter side as x. So let the length of shorter side be x meter. Now it is said that the diagonal is 16 meters more than the shorter side. That means x plus 16. So our length of diagonal is equal to x plus 16 meter. Now it is said that the longer side is 14 meters more than the shorter side. So it becomes x plus 14. So our length of longer side is equal to x plus 14 meter. Now here we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. So it becomes L raised to 2, that is length, plus b raised to 2, that is breadth, equal to h raised to 2, that is height. Now we can put the values of length, breadth and height over here. Height is nothing but our diagonal. So L, it is equal to x raised to 2 plus b, it is x plus 14. So x plus 14 raised to 2 equal to h is equal to x plus 16 raised to 2. Now we can solve this. So it becomes x raised to 2 plus, here you can apply the formula of a plus b the whole square. So it becomes x raised to 2 plus 14 square, it is 196, plus 2 into 14x, it gives 28x, equal to, again here also we can apply the formula of a plus b the whole square. So it becomes x raised to 2 plus 16 square is equal to 256 plus 16 into 2 into x, it gives 32x. Now x raised to 2 plus x raised to 2, it becomes 2x raised to 2. Now we will take all the right hand side equations on the left hand side. So it becomes x raised to 2, it becomes minus x raised to 2 plus 196 plus 256 becomes minus 256 plus 28x plus 32x, it becomes minus 32x. Now it is equal to 0. So 2x raised to 2 minus x raised to 2, it gives x raised to 2 plus 28x minus 32x, it gives minus 4x plus 196 minus 256, it gives minus 60 equal to 0. Now here we can split the middle term. So x raised to 2 minus 10x plus 6 minus 60 equal to 0. Here we can take xx common. So it becomes x into what remains, x minus 10 plus here we can take x6 as common. So 6 into what remains, 6 minus 10 equal to 0. So we can write it as x minus 10 into x plus 6 equal to 0. So we can separate it. So x minus 10 equal to 0 or x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now when we take minus 10 on the other side, it becomes plus 10. So x is equal to 10 and here plus 6 becomes minus 6. So x is equal to minus 6. We cannot take minus 6 because the length of a rectangle cannot be in a negative form. So we are rejecting minus 6. So our value of x, we will take it as 10. So x is equal to 10 meter. Now we can put the values of x over here. So it becomes length of shorter side, that is x is equal to 10 meter. Length of diagonal equal to x plus 16 meter, that is it becomes 10 plus 16 meter equal to 26 meter. Now length of longer side, it is x plus 14. Here we can put the value of x. So it becomes 10 plus 14 meter equal to 24 meter. So we can say that the length of sides of a rectangle are 10 meter and 24 meter. Now our next question is, the sum of three numbers in AP is 12 and sum of their cube is 288. Find the numbers. Now this question has appeared in the year 2016. So first what we will do, we will take our AP of three numbers as A minus D, A plus D. So in the question it is said that these three numbers are added, it gives 12. So we will write it as A minus D plus A plus D is equal to 12. So it becomes A plus A, it gives 3A, minus D plus D, it becomes 0. So what remains, 12. So 3A is equal to 12. When we take 3 on the other side, it divides. So A is equal to 4. We can write it as equation 1. Now it is said that when it is cube and the sum, it will be equal to 288. So now what we will do, we will cube it. So it becomes A minus D raised to 3 plus A raised to 3 plus A plus D whole raised to 3. That means all the three numbers of AP, now we are cubing it and it will be equal to, when we add it, it will be equal to 288. It is given in the question. So A minus D whole raised to 3, it becomes the formula of A minus B the whole cube. So we can take the formula here also. So it becomes A raised to 3 minus 3 into A raised to 2D plus 3AD raised to 2 minus 2D cube. Now we will write A plus cube as it is. So it is plus A cube plus here also we can put the formula of A plus B whole raised to 3. So it becomes A raised to 3 plus 3A raised to 2D plus 3AD raised to 2 plus D raised to 3 equal to 288. So now we can solve it. So A raised to 3 plus A raised to 3 plus A raised to 3, it gives 3A raised to 3. Now plus 3AD square plus 3AD square, it gives 6AD square, and minus 3A square D plus 3A square D, it get cancelled. So equal to 288. Similarly minus D3 plus D3 also get cancelled. So what remains, 3A raised to 3 plus 6AD raised to 2 equal to 288. Now here we can take 3A as common. So 3A is 3A into what remains, A raised to 2 plus 2D raised to 2 equal to 288. Now here we can write it as, the value of A, it is given, that is from the equation we can write over here. So A is equal to 4, we will put the value 3 into 4 into 4 raised to 2 plus 2D raised to 2 equal to 288. Now we will solve it. So it gives 3 into 4 it gives 12. Now we are taking 12 on the other side. Now we will multiply 4 with the bracket, so it becomes 4 into, sorry, now 3 into 4 we have taken, it is 12, it goes on the other side. 4 raised to 2 gives 16 plus 2 raised to 2 equal to 288 upon 12. Now we can solve this one, so it becomes 2d raised to 2 equal to 288 upon 12, it becomes 24, and we are taking 16 on the other side, it becomes minus 16. So d raised to 2 is equal to 24 minus 16 is 8, and we are taking that 2 on the other side, so it divides, so it becomes d raised to 2 equal to 8 upon 2. So d raised to 2 is equal to 4. When we give it root, so it becomes d is equal to plus or minus 2. Suppose when we are taking a value as 4 and d as value as 2, so our numbers of AP will be a minus d, a plus d. So we can put the values over here, so it becomes 2, 4, 6. Now when we take a as 4 and d as minus 2, and our numbers are a minus d, a plus d, when we put the value here, it becomes 6, 4, 2. Now we will see the next question. The perimeter of a right angle triangle is 60 cm. Its hypotenuse is 25 cm. Find the area of the triangle. Now this question has appeared in the year 2016. So we will roughly draw a diagram. So we are drawing a right angle triangle and we will name it as BCA. Now the one side we will write it as A as its measurement. Now CA we will write it as measurement B, and it is already given in the question, that is hypotenuse 25 cm. So we can say that hypotenuse, that is C, is equal to 25 cm. Now in the question is given that perimeter of a right angle triangle is equal to 60 cm. So we can say that A plus B plus C is equal to 60 cm. A plus B plus C, it is given 25, so 25 equal to 60. Now A plus B equal to, when we take 25 on the other side, it becomes minus 25. So 60 minus 25, so A plus B is equal to 35. Now in a right angle triangle ACB, we can put the Pythagoras theorem. So it becomes AC raised to 2 plus BC raised to 2 equal to AB raised to 2. So our AC one side, that is, it is B, we are given it as B, so it becomes B raised to 2 plus BC we taken it as A, so we can write here as A raised to 2 equal to our AB is nothing but hypotenuse, it is 25, so 25 raised to 2. So B raised to 2 plus A raised to 2, we can write it as A raised to 2 plus B raised to 2 equal to 25 square, you know, it is 625. We will give it as equation 2, and our first equation is A plus B equal to 35. Now what we will do, from 1 we can write it as A plus B equal to 35. That means when we can square both the sides, so it becomes A plus B whole raised to 2 equal to 35 raised to 2. Now A plus B the whole square, we can write the formula, it becomes A raised to 2 plus B raised to 2 plus 2AB equal to, our 35 square is 1225. So when we take on that is A square plus B square value from equation 2, that is 625, we can write over here. So we are putting the value, so 625 plus 2AB is equal to 1225. Now we can again solve it. So when we take 624 on the other side, it becomes minus 625. So 2AB is equal to 1225 minus 625. So it gives 2b is equal to 600. When we take 2 on the other side, it divides. So AB is equal to 300. Now the area of triangle, we can put the formula, that is half into base into corresponding altitude. So 1 upon 2, our base of triangle is B, into our altitude, it is A. Now we have already got the value of AB, so we can put over here. So it becomes half into 300, it becomes 150 square centimeter. Now our next question is, the sum of two number is 9 and the sum of the reciprocal is 1 by 2. Find the numbers. Now this question has appeared in the year 2012. Now we will take two numbers as x, first number, and the second number we can write it as 9 minus x. In the question it is said that when we add the reciprocal of these two number, it will give as 1 upon 2. So we will write the reciprocal of two numbers. So 6x reciprocal, it becomes 1 upon x, and 9 minus 6 reciprocal, it becomes 1 upon 9x, and when we add it, it gives us 1 upon 2. So our equation is 1 upon x plus 1 upon 9 minus x equal to 1 upon 2. Now we can cross multiply. So it becomes 1 into 9 minus x, that is 9 minus x, plus 1 into x, it gives x, upon x into 9 minus x equal to 1 upon 2. Again we can cross multiply here. Minus x plus x, it get cancelled. So 9 into 2 equal to 1 into x into 9 minus x, that is x into 9 minus x. So we can solve here. 9 into 2 18 equal to x into 9 9x, x into x minus x raised to 2. So we will take all the equation on the one side. So x raised to 2 minus x raised to 2, it becomes x raised to 2, plus 9x, it becomes minus 9x, plus 18 equal to 0. Now here we can split the middle term. So it becomes x raised to 2 minus 3x minus 6x plus 18 equal to 0. Here we can take x as common. So it becomes x into what remains, x minus 3, minus here we can take 6x common. So it becomes 6 into what remains, x minus 3, which is equal to 0. So we can write it as x minus 3 into x minus x equal to 0. So we say that x minus 3 is equal to 0 or x minus 6 is equal to 0. So when we take minus 3 on the other side, it becomes plus 3. So x is equal to 3. And when we take minus 6 on the other side, it becomes plus 6. So x is equal to 6. Now our two values we have got for x, that is 3 and 6. So when x is equal to 3, we can say that our numbers will be 3 and 6. And when we take x as 6, our numbers will be x and 3. Now our next question is, the numerator of a fraction is 3 less than its denominator. If 1 is added to the denominator, the fraction is decreased by 1 upon 15. Find the fraction. Now this question has appeared in the year 2012. So first what we will take denominator as x, and it is said that the numerator is 3 less than denominator. So we can say that x minus 3, numerator becomes x minus 3. So we can write it in the form of, let the denominator be x and the numerator be x minus 3. Now the fraction we can write it as x minus 3 upon x, that is numerator x minus 3 and denominator x. So our fraction is x minus 3 upon x. Now it is said that when 1 is added to the denominator, that is we are adding 1 to the denominator. So our new denominator is equal to x plus 1. In the question it is said that our first fraction, it gets decreased by 1 upon 15 when denominator is added by 1. So we can say that x minus 3 upon x plus 1, that is with the new denominator our fraction, it will be equal to x minus 3x. It is less by 1 upon 15. So x minus 3 upon x minus 1 upon 15. Now we can solve this one. We will keep our left hand side as it is. So x minus 3 upon x plus 1 equal to, we will cross multiply. So 15 into x minus 3 minus 1 into x, that is x, upon 15 into x, it becomes 15x. Again we will write left hand side as it is. So x minus 3 upon x plus 1 equal to, here we can open the bracket. So it becomes 15 into x 15x minus 15 into 3 minus 45 minus x upon 15x. So it becomes x minus 3 upon x plus 1 equal to 15x minus x 14x minus 45 upon 15x. Again we can cross multiply here. So it becomes 15x into x minus 3 equal to x plus 1 into 14x minus 45. Now we can open the bracket. So it becomes 15x into x, that is 15x raised to 2, 15x into 3 minus 45x equal to, here also we can open the bracket. So it becomes x into 14x, 14x square, x into minus 45 minus 45x, 1 into 14x plus 14x, 1 into minus 45, 45. Now we will take all the right hand side to the left hand side. So it becomes 15x raised to 2 plus 14x raised to 2 becomes minus. So minus 14x raised to 2 minus 14x plus 45x minus 14x plus 45 equal to 0. So for 15x raised to 2 minus 14x raised to 2, it gives x raised to 2. Minus 45x plus 45x get cancelled. So minus 45x plus 45 equal to 0. Now here also we can split the middle term. So it becomes x raised to 2 minus 5x minus 9x plus 45 equal to 0. Here we can take x as common. So it becomes x into x minus 5 minus, we can take here 9 as common. So 9 into what remains, x minus 5 equal to 0. So we can write it as x minus 5 into x minus 9 equal to 0. So x minus 5 is equal to 0 or x minus 9 equal to 0. When we take minus 5 on the other side, it becomes plus 5. X is equal to 5. Minus 9 becomes plus 9. So x is equal to 9. So we have got two values of x. So we can say that when x is equal to 5, our fraction, that is x minus 3 upon x, will be equal to, we are putting the value of x as 5. So 5 minus 3 upon 5 equal to 2 upon 5. Now the second value, that is x is equal to 9, and our fraction is x minus 3 upon x. Here also we are putting the value. So 9 minus 3 upon 9, which is equal to 6 upon 9, that is 2 upon 3. So we can say that our two fractions are 2 upon 5 or 2 upon 3. Now the next question is, the difference of two natural number is 5 and the difference of the reciprocal is 1 upon 10. Find the numbers. Now this question has appeared in the year 2014. Now two natural numbers, we can say it as x and y. Now in the question it is said that when the difference of the two natural number is 5. So two natural number, that is x, y, that is x minus y is equal to 5. When we take the reciprocal of it and when we subtract it, it will be equal to 1 upon 10. So our next fraction is what? So our next equation is what? X reciprocal is 1 upon x and y reciprocal is 1 upon y. So we have to subtract it, that is 1 upon x minus 1 upon y, it gives as 1 upon 10. First we will take the equation x minus y is equal to 5 as 1. Now we can solve this equation by cross multiplying it. So it becomes 1 into x, that is x minus 1 into y upon xy equal to 1 upon 10. Now xy is equal to 5, we have got it from equation 1. So we can put the value here. So it becomes 5 upon xy equal to 1 upon 10. So we can cross multiply here. So 1 into xy equal to 5 into 10, 50. So we can write it as y is equal to 50 upon x. We will give it as equation 2. Now what we will do, we will put the value of y in equation 1. That is, our equation is x minus y equal to 5. We are putting the value over here. So it becomes x minus 50 upon x equal to 5. So we can cross multiply, it becomes x raised to 2 minus 50 upon x equal to 5 upon 1. Here also again we can cross multiply it, it becomes x raised to 2 minus 50 equal to 5x. We can split the middle term, but before splitting the middle term we will take all the equations on one side. So it becomes x raised to 2 plus 5x becomes minus 5x. So minus 5x minus 50 equal to 0. Now we are splitting the middle term. So it becomes x raised to 2 minus 10x plus 5x minus 50 equal to 0. We will take x as common. So it becomes x into x minus 10 plus 5 into x minus 10 equal to 0. That means we are taking 5 as common here. So we can write as x minus 10 into x plus 5 equal to 0. So x minus 10 equal to 0 or x plus y equal to 0. When we take minus 10 on the other side, become plus 10. X is equal to 10. Plus 5 becomes minus 5. So x is equal to minus 5. And you know, we can, when we are putting the value of x in equation 2, we will get two values. That is, first we will take y equal to 15 upon minus 5, or we can write it as y equal to 50 upon 10. So in the first one we will get value of y as minus 10, and in the second one we will get as 5. So our numbers will be minus 5, minus 10 or 10, 5. next question is, a rectangular park is to be designed whose breadth is 3 meter less than its length. Its area is to be 4 square meters more than the area of a park that has already been made in the shape of an isosceles triangle with its base as the breadth of the rectangular park and of altitude 12 meter. Find the length and breadth of the rectangular park. Now this question has appeared in the year 2016. First what we will take the length of the rectangular park as x. It is said in the question that breadth is 3 meter less than its length. So we can write it as x minus 3. So the breadth of rectangular park becomes x minus 3 meter. So the area of rectangular park we can take it as length into breadth, that is x into x minus 3 square meter. We will give it as equation 1. Now the base of isosceles triangle is made up of the base of rectangular park and the base of that and the breadth of rectangular park is x minus 3. So the base of an isosceles triangle also becomes x minus 3 meter. Now the altitude of an isosceles triangle, it is given in the question, it is 12 meter. So the area of isosceles triangle is equal to the formula half into base into altitude, that is half into base, that is x minus 3 into altitude is 12. So into 12. Now when we solve it, it give it as x into 6 into x minus 3. So we can give it as equation 2. Now in the question it is said that the area of the rectangle minus the area of isosceles triangle, it is equal to 4 square meter. So we can write it as area of rectangle minus area of isosceles triangle equal to 4 square meter. Now from 1 and 2 we know the area of rectangle and isosceles triangle. So we can put over here. So it becomes x into x minus 3 minus 6 into x minus 3 equal to 4. Now we will open the bracket by multiplying it. X into x, x raised to 2, x into minus 3 minus 3x, minus x into x minus 6x, minus 6 into minus 3 plus 18. We will take 4 on this side, so it becomes minus 4 equal to 0. So x raised to 2 minus 3x minus 6x, it gives minus 9x, plus 18 minus 4, it gives plus 14 equal to 0. Now here we can split the middle term, so it becomes x raised to 2 minus 7x minus 2x plus 14 equal to 0. So we will take x as common, so it becomes x into x minus 7 minus, we will take 2 as common, so it becomes 2 into x minus 7 equal to 0. So we can write it as x minus 2 into x minus 7 equal to 0. We will take it as separately, so it becomes x minus 2 equal to 0 or x minus 7 equal to 0. When we take minus 2 on the other side, it becomes plus 2, so x is equal to 2. Here also minus 7 becomes plus 7, so x is equal to 7. You know the x, when we take x as 2, our breadth becomes negative, that is our breadth is x minus 3. Suppose we are putting the value of x as 2, so 2 minus 3, it gives minus 1, and you know the measurement of a rectangle cannot be negative, so we cannot take x as 2. So what we will take the next? So we will take the next x value as 7. So our length of the rectangular park, that is x, is equal to 7 meter, and the breadth, that is x minus 3. Now we are putting the value, so it becomes 7 minus 3 equal to 4. Now our next question is, a train travels 180 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 9 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. Now this question has appeared in the year 2011. Now what we will take? We will take the speed of train as x km per hour. When the speed is increased, so by 9, so it becomes x plus 9 km per hour. Now in the question it is said that when the train travels 180 km, but when the speed is increased, it takes only 1 hour less for the same journey. Now you know the formula for time, that is distance upon speed. So we can apply this formula over here. So our distance is 180, and for the first speed it is x. So 180 upon x, and it takes less, okay, 1 hour. So we are subtracting it. So minus when the speed is increased, so it becomes 1 upon 80, 180 upon x plus 9 and it is equal to 1. Now we can cross multiply here, so it becomes 180 into x plus 9 minus x into 180 upon x into x plus 9 equal to 1. Now we can solve this bracket, so it becomes so we are taking 180 as common, so 180 into x plus 9 minus x upon x into x plus 9 equal to 1. So x minus x, it gives 0, so 180 into 9, it is 1620 equal to, when we cross multiply with x into x plus 1 into 1, it becomes x into x plus 9. So now we are opening the bracket, so it becomes x into x, x raised to 2 plus 9 into x, 9x equal to 1620. Now we are taking 1620 on the other side, so it becomes x raised to 2 plus 9x minus 1620 equal to 0. Here we can split the middle term, so it becomes x raised to 2 plus 4x minus 36 minus 1620 equal to 0. Here we can take x as common, so it becomes x into x plus 45 minus, here we are taking 36 as common, so 36 into x plus 5 equal to 0. So we can write it as x minus 36 into x plus 45 equal to 0. So we can say that x minus 36 equal to 0 or x plus 45 equal to 0. So minus 36, it becomes plus 36. So x is equal to 36. Here plus 45 becomes minus 45. So x is equal to minus 45. You know the speed cannot be in negative terms. So we are taking the value of x as 36. So we can say that the speed of the train is 36 km per hour. Now the next question is, in a flight of 2800 km, an aircraft was slowed down due to bad weather. Its average speed is reduced by 100 km per hour and time increased by 30 minutes. Find the original duration of the flight. Now this question has appeared in the year 2012. Now the average speed of the aircraft, we will take it as x km per hour. Now it is said that due to bad weather, the speed has been decreased by 100 km per hour. So we can take it as x minus 100 km per hour. Now the total distance is what? 2800 km. Here also we can apply the formula of time, that is distance upon speed, and you can write 30 minutes as 30 upon 60 hours. So we are applying this formula over here. So the first average speed, that is x, it can be written as 2800 upon x minus 100. Now it is taking less, so minus the second one, it becomes 2800 upon x equal to the minute it increased by 30. So it is equal to 30 upon 60, which is nothing but 1 upon 2. Now we can cross multiply here, so it becomes 2800 into x, that is 2800x minus 2800 into x minus 100 upon x into x minus 100 equal to 1 upon 2. Here now we can open the bracket, so it becomes 2800x minus 2800 into x, that is 2800x minus 2800 into 100, it gives 280000. So upon x into x minus 100 equal to 1 upon 2. Now we can solve this one. So our 2000x minus 2800x get cancelled. So what remains? 280000 upon x into x minus 100 equal to 1 upon 2. So we can cross multiply here. So x into x minus 100 into 1, it remains as it is, equal to 2,80,000 into 2, it becomes 5,60,000. So we can open the bracket over here. So it becomes x into x, x raised to 2 minus 100 into x, 100x, and we are taking 5,60,000 on the other side. So it becomes minus 5,60,000 equal to 0. Now we can split the middle term. So it becomes x raised to 2 minus 800x plus 700x minus 5,60,000 equal to 0. We will take x as common. So it becomes x into x minus 800 plus Here we will take 700 common, so it becomes 700 into x minus 800 equal to 0. Now we can write it as x minus 800 into x plus 700 equal to 0. So we can say that x minus 800 is equal to 0 or x plus 700 is equal to 0. Minus 800 it becomes plus 800 on the other side, so it becomes x is equal to 800. Here plus 700 becomes minus 700, so x is equal to minus 700. As you know, speed cannot be negative, so we cannot take minus 700, so we are rejecting it. So our value of x we will take it as 800. So we can say that the speed of 800 speed is equal to 800 km per hour. Now we have to find the original duration or the time taken. So it is equal to distance upon speed, and distance is 2800 and speed is 800. So it gives 3.5 hours. Now our next question is, a bus travels at a certain average speed for a distance of 75 km and then travels a distance of 90 km at an average speed of 10 km per hour more than the first speed. If it takes 3 hours to complete the total journey, find its first speed. Now this question has appeared in the year 2015. So we will take the average speed of the bus as x km per hour. Now the new speed, that is, it is more the 10 kilometers per hour more, so it becomes x plus 10 km per hour. You know the formula for time, it is distance upon speed. So we can apply over here. So the first average speed was with the distance was 75 upon the average speed, that is x. Now here it is taking more than the first speed, so plus 90 upon x plus 10 equal to 3. Now we can cross multiply here, so it becomes 75 into x plus 10 plus 90x upon x into x plus 10 equal to 0. Now we can open the bracket, so it becomes 75 into x 75x plus 75 into 10 750 plus 90x upon x into x raised to 2 plus 10 into x 10x equal to 0. Now we can solve this one. So 75x plus 70 into 90x, we are taking x raised to 2 plus 10x on the other side, it multiplies, so 3 into x raised to 2 plus 10x. Now 75 plus 90x, it gives 165x plus 750 equal to, now on this side we have to open the bracket, so it becomes 3 into x raised to 2, 3x raised to 2 plus 3 into 10x, it gives 30x. Now we will solve it. We will take all the equation on one side. So 0 equal to 3x raised to 2 plus 30x, 165, so it becomes minus 165x, and plus 70 it becomes minus 750. Plus 750 it becomes minus 750. So therefore we can say that 3x raised to 2 minus 130x minus 165, it gives minus 135x minus 750 equal to 0. So we can say that x raised to 2 minus 45x minus 250 equal to 0. How we got it? We got it by dividing it by 3. So we will split the middle term. So it becomes x raised to 2 minus 50x plus 5x minus 250 equal to 0. Now we can take here x as common. So x into x minus 50 plus, here we will take 5 as common. So 5 into x minus 50 equal to 0. So we can write it in a two separate bracket. So x minus 50 into x plus 5 equal to 0. So we can separate it by x minus 50 equal to 0, or we can say that x plus 5 equal to 0. Now minus 50 it goes on the other side, it becomes plus 50. So x is equal to 50. Here plus 5 becomes minus 5. So x is equal to minus 5. Now we are rejecting the value of x is equal to minus 5 because the speed cannot be in negative. So we will take x value as 50. So therefore we can say that speed is equal to 50 km per hour. Now our next question is, a motorboat whose speed is 20 km per hour in still water takes 1 hour more to go 48 km upstream than to return downstream to the same spot. Find the speed of the stream. Now this question has appeared in the year 2011. Now we will take the speed of the stream as x. So let the speed of stream be x km per hour. Now when the boat goes upstream, it is taking more. So we can say that 20 minus x. So therefore speed of the boat upstream is equal to 20 minus x km/h. Similarly it goes downstream, so it becomes 20 plus x. So we can take speed of the boat downstream as 20 plus x km/h. Now in the question it is said that it is taking 1 hour more to go 48 km upstream and downstream. So we can say that 48 upon 20 minus x up minus 48, that is 48 upon 20 plus x equal to 1, that is 1 hour. Now we will cross multiply it, so it becomes 48 into 20 plus x minus 48 into 20 minus x upon 20 minus x into 20 plus x, which is equal to 1. Now we can open the bracket here. So what we are doing, we are taking 48 as common, so 20 plus x minus 20 minus x, it becomes plus x upon 20 into 20 400 minus x into x, it becomes minus x raised to 2 equal to 1. Now when we solve this bracket, it gets 48, our 20 and minus 20 it get cancelled, so 48 into x plus x 2x equal to, now we are cross multiplying 400 minus x square into 1, so it becomes 400 minus x raised to 2. So we will now multiply here. So 48 into 20x, 22x, it gives 96x. Now we are taking minus x square on this side, so it becomes plus x raised to 2. Similarly we are taking 400 also this side, so it becomes minus 400, which is equal to 0. So we can say that we can arrange it in this way, x raised to 2 plus 96x minus 400 is equal to 0. Now we are splitting the middle term over here, so it becomes x raised to 2 plus 100x minus 4x minus 400 equal to 0. So we get it as, we are taking x as common, so x into x plus 100 minus, here we will take 4 as common, so 4 into x plus 100 equal to 0. Now we can separate it in bracket, x minus 4 into x plus 100 equal to 0. So we can say that x minus 4 is equal to 0 or x plus 100 is equal to 0. Now minus 4 on the other side, it becomes plus 4, so x is equal to 4. Here plus 100, it becomes minus 100, so x is equal to minus 100. You know the speed cannot be negative, so we are rejecting the value of x as minus 100. So we will take the value of x as 4. So we can say that the speed of the stream is equal to 4 km/h. Now the next question is, to fill a swimming pool, 2 pipes are to be used. If the pipe of larger diameter is used for 4 hours and the pipe of smaller diameter for 9 hours, only half the pool can be filled. Find how long it would take for each pipe to fill the pool separately. If the pipe of smaller diameter takes 10 hours more than the pipe of larger diameter to fill the pool. Now this question has appeared in the year 2015. So what we will do, we will take the bigger pipe, fill the tank as x. So we can say, let the bigger pipe fill the tank in x hours. Now you know it takes 10 more hours, so smaller tank, so we will take it as the smaller pipe fills the tank in x plus 10 hours. So we by the question we can say that 4 upon x plus, that is the hours taken by the tank, that is the bigger tank, it is 4 upon x plus, and by the smaller tank it is 9 upon x plus 10 equal to 1 upon 2. That means it fills only half. That's why we are taking it as 1 upon 2. Now here also we can do cross multiplication. So 4 into x plus 10 plus 9 into x, that is 9x upon x into x plus 10, which is equal to 1 upon 2. Now here we will open the bracket, 4 into x 4x plus 4 into 10 40 plus 9x upon, here also we will open the bracket, x into x x raised to 2 plus 10 into x 10x equal to 1 upon 2. Now here we can solve it, so it becomes 4x plus 9x 13x plus 40. Now here also we can do the cross multiply, so it becomes 2 into 13x plus 40 equal to 1 into x raised to 2 plus 10x, it gives x raised to 2 plus 10x. So we can open the bracket here, so 2 into 13x 26x plus 2 into 40, it gives 80 equal to x raised to 2 plus 10x. Now we will take all the terms on one side, so it becomes 0 equal to x raised to 2 plus 10x plus 26x it becomes minus 26x, and plus 80 it becomes minus 80. So therefore x raised to 2 plus 10x minus 26x it becomes minus 16x minus 80 equal to 0. So therefore x raised to 2 minus 20x plus, that means we are splitting that middle term, so minus 20x plus 4x minus 80 equal to 0. We are taking x as common, so x into x minus 20 plus, here we will take 4 as common, so 4 into x minus 20 equal to 0. Now we will separate it, so it becomes x minus 20 into x plus 4 equal to 0. So x minus 20 is equal to 0, or we can say that x plus 4 equal to 0. Now minus 20 it becomes plus 20 when it goes on the other side, therefore x is equal to 20. Here plus 4 it becomes minus 4 when it goes on the other side, so x is equal to minus 4. But here the measurement it cannot be in negative terms, so that is why we are rejecting x is equal to minus 4. So we will take x value as 20. So we can say that the pipe with larger diameter fills the tank in 20 hours, and the pipe with smaller diameter fills the tank in x plus, you already know x plus 10, so it becomes 20 plus 10, that is 30 hours.